Welcome back. Today we're looking at how we can make a custom view to add to our creativity project. We're working with Swift UI and doing drawings and shapes. And so what we're looking at specifically is we have 3 different shapes we want to make. We want to expand upon our working knowledge so we can work with a mirror shape, a multiple path shape, and a not so simple shape. And just for the basic idea, we're talking about the shapes. We have to have some vertical or horizontal mirroring, your choice of how you mirror. On our multiple path shape, you have to pick up and draw again at some point. And then on your not so simple shape, it has to be more than a house or turtle that we did when we're doing our quick little basic drawings. The first thing I want you to do when you're talking about and how you're planning for this is before you write any code, I want you to use a piece of graph paper and I want you to go ahead and label it and identify things like the min x, min y, the min x or min y max x, min x max y, and the max x max y corner. So you can see again how that structure is done. One of the things we found that was really the students were quite successful with was keeping the idea of each square here at like a 20 or 50 idea when you're counting for the idea of what spot you're going to be moving to, so getting that for an idea. And so when you try to plan out your drawing, like, oh, I want to draw a shape that looks like this, doop, 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 doop. Oh, there's my cool shape. And so what I need to do then is I need to identify the starting point, in this case right here, with a move to, and then I'm going to draw a line to here, a line to here, a line to here, then add a Bezier curve to here, a line to here, a line to here, and then tell it to close path on that last line. And so what I need to do is I need to figure out, oh, that's that point. So right here, I go over, this is going to be down 20 and over 20, so I have a 20, 20. Then I'd add that, I know, bad joke. And then I go up here, I'm going to go over, my x is going to be going over, so my x value will go over here to this, and so it'll be, say, my 40 value for my x, and my y is coming down half again and again, so only 20 for that. And so 20, let me 10 using that logic, sorry, for the idea of what we're working with for our logic on there. And so I collect all those points, and I write them down on my document that I'm working to keep this planned out, and that way I can have this plan right here, and then I can use that shape that I've created, and I can use that to create a path and use that inside there. And then when I'm talking about using my mirror shape, I can take that existing path, that variable I create to draw that path using lines, and I can apply a mirroring path so I can draw that same thing again without having to actually calculate it, but have it draw the same pattern right here. Doop, 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 doop. And I can have that mirror right there because I just do a mirror vertical on that path, and it would mirror that actually for me. Or, if I want to do that a little bit differently, and I want to have it so it will do the multiple path approach, I'm going to pick that pen up and I'm going to have a new set of paths happen, and it'll draw a square down here. So I identified those points right here, and so I'd have, after those collection of points right there, I have a move to call after I close that subpath, and I draw this other subpath and close that subpath, and so I can have a multi-path drawing, so I have multiple shapes on the same screen. And finally, for my not so simple one, I'm going to think something that's a little bit more involved, and like make something that's more than simply just a quick little 4-line or 5-line or 6-line shape, and draw that. And again, don't go too intense on this because again, this is not the art class, but figure out those points that are on here. So if you wanted to just simply just do maybe even a stick figure. So I have a stick figure, and I want to draw that with a cute little smiley face on it. And so that's a little bit more complex of a drawing. So I can think, oh, I'm going to have a path to move and draw a circle, a line, pick up, a line, move to, another half circle shape right there, and then a line, another line, pick up, a line, pick up, and a line, pick up, and I have that shape right there. It's a lot more complex. And I identify those points here on that thing. So like, okay, here's that center where I'm drawing that circle around. Here's where that point is and that point. Here's that point and that point. And then there's this point right there that I can calculate those values and make that happen. Identify this point, this point, this point, this point, this point, this point. I do all those lines right there. I have those lines together and pick up and pen down, and then my path is done. I have a nice complete path. And I can use that to do and develop that. And again, you want to figure that all out by using the graph paper first before you then apply that by creating a bunch of let path, excuse me, not let, saying inside our shape. So I have my struct, my shape, and it's going to conform to the shape protocol, of course. And then we have our squigs, because our squigs are fun. And inside that, of course, because it's a shape, we have to have the required func, and it's path. And path has as a parameter a inrect, which is a CGRect, and it returns a path. And so inside that, we would just say var path, I know, boring name, equals path init. And then we'd say, oh, I want to path.moveTo. And it's a CG point. And I tell it the x and the y value. And then I do my path.line2, 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 and I make all those paths for each of these three different shapes that I create inside that custom view. And then inside the body of that custom view, I put them up with either a fill or a stroke with a line width so I can have it showing up inside the thing. And that's how I can do my own custom creativity, building up what we did with inside our happy tree, our turtle view, our scribble view, and our other projects we've done. So you can create your own custom shapes and draw them inside your project. This has been a great way to do some cool work and make a very cool and creative project. I hope you have some fun. Cheers. Have a great day. See you.